Hey, guys, we're back with the Let's Play of Everlasting Summer. Here we go. We're going right back into it. So it didn't keep me waiting too long. Is everything alright? Yeah, why are you asking? No reason. It's nothing. Would it be better if I told her about Alyssa? Everything's fine. I said that and immediately heard a note of dishonesty in my voice. Well, shall we go? As for Slava, she seemed not to have noticed anything. Or at least she was pretending she hadn't. We entered the canteen. Wait a bit, I'll go get something. Sat down in a chair and Lily waited for my savior. My dinner was simple, a few buns and a glass of beer. No wonder, I bet hungry pioneers finished everything off. However, even that was far better than most of my usual diet. Slava sat across the table and looked at me while I was eating. Is there anything on my face? No, just... She smiled. So, how did you like your first day at camp? Well, I don't really know. It's silly to ask someone who suddenly found himself in a different reality whether he liked the food in the cantina, the camp leader, or his assigned hut. It's alright, you'll soon get used to it. Slava stared out the window dreamily. Frankly speaking, I have no desire to get used to such things. But as for her, she doesn't know? Or at least she wants me to think that she doesn't. Well, all in all, it's nice here. I had to somehow break the awkward silence. Do you think so? He asked without any interest. Yeah, this place is so... I wanted to say retro, but I managed to hold that right back. After all, it was retro for me, but what about them? It might be the only kind of life they knew. In terms of life, was applicable here at all. So how? She watched closely, as if something important depended on my answer. Well, I don't know, lovely. Yeah, it's lovely here. I guess you're right. Those are big old blue eyes. She smiled again. Don't look at me, those blue eyes. And there. Go. Hey, I'm going. Ooh. It's very good. You think so? Why? Well, not everybody likes it here. Look at me. No. What about you? Me? Yes. Oh, the camera mode. If I start doing that. I love it here. It's great. Then you don't need to worry about what other people think. Well, I don't really worry. Slava laughed. This conversation seemed to be leading me far astray from where I wanted to get. And you're worried yourself? Oh, you worry yourself? Really? Why do you say this? Well, when someone is chewing so intently. I'm sorry. It's okay. Couldn't bring myself to be more conscious around this girl. But why in her particular? Why didn't any other local inhabitants? Every one of them had looked completely normal to me. Precisely normal. So normal it seems to chill my spine into my marrow. Normal, not like a neighbor with a power drill in one hand and a subwoofer in the other. What? What? Normal? Okay, normal. Not like a neighbor with a power drill in one hand and a subwoofer in the other. I think I'm missing something. But I don't know what it is. Every time I keep going this in the first couple minutes too. Every video. Not like a passenger you can just often meet in the subway or public transport. I'm so lost. I'm so confused, guys. Not like a coworker at the next table in an open plan office. And not even like a friend who only differs from other humans in... What? Why all of them look normal, as we'd expect them to be, with their downsides, but without any superpowers. And Slavo was also cute? You had to put a question mark on that? Like, question mark? I don't know. Classes are stealthy, not knowing what to say. I'm sorry, I wanted to show you the camp, but was ran off my feet. I wanted to show you the camp, but was ran off my feet. I didn't miss anything while I was on my own, I guess. Are you sure you haven't missed anything at all? It smiled so brightly I had to drop my eyes in confusion. Well, how would I know? It's my first day here. Oh, okay, and what have you seen so far? Seen the square, the cantina, the football field. And what about the beach? Just from afar. You really should go there. Or let's do it together. Yeah, okay, we will. Her naturalist stared to scare me. But then I thought, what if everything that happened here is supposed to be, and this world looks strange only to me, while for them it is normal? Okay, you've asked this already. How many times are you going to ask yourself this stupid question and then read this stupid line? Maybe I was thrown into the past. Yes, that would explain a lot. Can I ask you a stupid question? No. Ouch. That was brutally honest. Sliva smiled and stood up from the table. It's late. Can you find a way to... Olga Dimitri's by yourself? What? Why would I go there? Of course I can, but why should I go there? Thank you. She'll settle you with someone. What for? Probably the question seemed stupid because Sliva brushed into good-natured laughter. You need to sleep somewhere, right? That makes sense. Fine, I'll be off then. Good night. Night. Beach. It's strange that she left in such a hurry. What? A bundle of keys left the door locked, and the door lock caught my attention. I was trying to catch up to Selva, but where does she live? And knocking at every door in the middle of the night didn't sound like a bright idea. I'll take the keys. I better take them. I'll give them back tomorrow because who knows what happens here at night. Such a thought gave me chills. It's me who needs to be careful here in the first place. The night, though dark, wasn't silent at all. One could hear chirping crickets and the songs of night birds rustling the trees from everywhere. A sudden desire to follow Slava's advice and go to the camp leader appeared. I don't know why, but the sight of an unknown bronze builder of communism put me in a constructive mood. I sat on the bench and started to recall everything that's happened today. And that's all my constructive mood could offer. Here was much brighter than the canteen. An entire party near civilized, so this place didn't seem scary at all. Thus, summer camp. Girls. I was so tired from everything new and strange that I could not come up with a single explanation for what was going on. I heard barely a noticeable rustle nearby. I shivered and looked in that direction. A girl. Reading a book. Anna? I decided to move closer and talk. She was the only new person I had met here without exchanging even a few words. Hi, what are you reading? Nina was so surprised that even she jumped. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Never mind. She blushes, stared at the book again. So, what are you reading? On the cover was written, Gone with the Wind. Fun book. Good book. Thanks! I was digging, I hadn't read it, but I think that substitute suits her very well. It didn't seem to be intending to continue the conversation. Well, if I'm bothering you. No. She answered while still looking at the book. Can I sit beside you for a while? Why? And really? Why? Maybe just because I was very tired and having company is better than being alone. Maybe I wanted to try and find something out about her, from her. Carefully examined Lena. But no, I doubt it. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed to? Feel free! But if I'm... sorry, wrong voice. But if I'm bothering you... No, you're not! I can leave, just say... Everything's alright. Okay, then. I sat on the end of the bench carefully. After all such intense talk, staying here was the last thing I wanted. But it wouldn't be nice to just stand up and leave. That didn't really go well, huh? Nina hasn't answered anything. Seems that I made a fool of myself. I bet if you with her, she'd still have a good laugh at me. Do you enjoy being here? I recall that I tried this question and I thought it would be good to start for a conversation. Yes! She smiled slightly. I guess I like it too. Nina, define it, isn't very sociable and probably can't even carry on managing this conversation as easy as Slava. But there's something about her that attracted attention. Like a momentary eclipse of reflection in a glass on a rainy autumn evening, which makes you turn around and stare into the darkness, searching for something that you saw out of the corner of your eye. What? Seriously. And of course you weren't able to distinguish or understand what it was, but it still felt so tempting. Nina was still reading the book without paying any attention to my presence. And I had no intention of asking her anything about the camp or this world in general. Beautiful night. Yes! How in a world would you start a conversation with her? It's late. I have to go. Yes, it's quite late. Good night. Night. There was something strange about that girl. At first glance, she's typically shy and a modest pioneer, but the mysterious Alina took its own place in a massive list of mysteries about this camp, which I had to start to put together in my head. A lazy evening, there's nothing like a good time with nothing to do. I entered Olga's camp. The light on the house was on. Hello, Simeon. Yes. You're quite late. Yeah. I went for a walk around the camp. Alright. You'll be sleeping here. What? She pointed her ears to one of the beds. Right here? Here. Here. I was a bit surprised. Yeah, is something wrong? We're out of free cabins anyways. Can't believe I smiled, but I'd rather think it's just out of politeness. You want to be a decent pioneer, don't you? There was a clear emphasis on the word decent. Yes, sure. I was lost in a thought for a moment. Don't you mind it, mademoiselle? Wow, I picked that word out easily. She looked at me oddly. Some surprise and some offense in her eyes. Pioneers should respect their elders. I'm like, Ogle said strictly. And of course, you should. No argues to that. I blattered, not realizing what was wrong. Shouldn't you also? She stared at me. Under strict glaze with her old forge where the best dwarf masters from the deepest dungeons would melt. Should I what? What's up, Toots? What is spewing out of this guy's mouth? I'm not even gonna get into this. And knowing the lack of understanding made me raise my voice. You must adjust adults appropriately. Yes, of course, there's a lot of strange things here. But this girl was just a couple years older than me. Or maybe even younger? But I decided not to argue. Well, just a few minutes ago, I would never call her an adult. I'd have to admit she's also given a strong character. In any case, I wasn't in a position to argue. As you say, ma'am. I mumbled. That's much better. That's how a decent pioneer should conduct himself. And now it's time to sleep. Honestly speaking, I was going to become neither a decent nor indecent pioneer. Just yesterday, I wasn't going to become a pioneer at all. But do I have a choice now? If I don't want to, we'll have to make you, is the motto Olga's probably going to use. I climbed to the bed and closed my eyes only to realize how tired I was after today. Something hammering in my head awfully, as if my brains had started a night shift, and it seemed to be aimed more at rolling steel than working on something more sensitive. How creepy dream, the bust through the mind. And the square with the monument. And a canteen full of pioneers. And a luscious face of you. Slava. Dina. And even recalling Alyssa didn't give me much of a negative feeling. What am I here? What if I'm here for good? Day 2! Yeah! Day 2, day 2, day 2, day 2. I'm getting farther in this thing. I was having a dream. No duh. Seemed like I was some kind of vacuum with nothing but nothing around me. But not only around, but I was the only creature in the universe. As if the universe had returned to a state of singularity right before the Big Bang. And something was just about to happen. Suddenly I heard a voice. Could not make out the words, but it sounded familiar. The voice was whispering something gently, as if soothing me. Then I realized it was the voice of a strange girl from the bus. The girl from the dream. But what was she trying to tell me? Who is she? I woke up. That's good. That's good. I woke up. Bright sunlight struck my eyes. It was almost noon. Oh, after stretching lazily on the bed and yawning, I started to recall the previous day. A few seconds, all the events passed before my eyes. The bus, the camp, the local inhabitants. No, that's just wrong. Not this whole situation, not being here. It was wrong by default. My attitude towards what was happening was wrong. Because yesterday I fell asleep here just like that. And before I chatted nicely with local pioneers, even managed to crack a few jokes. How could I act like that in such a situation? Should I be frightened? Startling every little rustling? Should I avoid all contact with potentially hostile creatures? The last day's events were getting hazy, like I had a hangover. This really feels like morning after a heavy drinking party. Yesterday's natural, flawless, absolute normal conduct becomes a nightmare in the morning. A grotesque illustration from the Divine Comedy. Yes, just like that. Can't change the past now. And then again, I probably assessed the situation and was acting accordingly. Bounced around trying to figure out whether I had been thrown somewhere else, but Olga's cabin looked the same as yesterday. Everything seemed to be in place, except for the pioneer woman, which was hanging from the bed head. I fumbled with it in distrust and tried it on. At least it's better than walking around in winter clothes. Wish I could see myself, but I look like a clown. And for that, I need a mirror. At least a tiny one. Finally found one in the wardrobe drawer. Holy! Looked at the newfound pioneer and jumped away in surprise. There was something teenager on the other side of the mirror. He resembles me, but it wasn't me. Where did the week's stubble go? Where did the bags under my eyes, the slouch, the deadly fatigue on my face? It seemed like I had been thrown back in time at a parallel universe, but instead simply changed bodies with someone else. Right, it's real simple. Such a thing happens every day. I looked closer at the stranger, and only then I realized it actually was me. It wasn't today's me. Maybe one from between my school and the university years? Well, at least that was something. Then you go, the person in an extreme situation did fail to notice the elephant in the room after all. But the camp leaders noticed it, and last night she told me off after addressing her without proper respect. Screw that. I doubt my appearance affects anything else. If the clock was not lying, breakfast was long over. Oh well, I'll try to find something in the canteen. Worked out yesterday with Slava, didn't it? Those memories had me smile involuntarily. The sun was shining brightly outside, the light breeze was blowing. A beautiful summer day. I had not felt so good in the morning for several years. All problems are gone, vanished in the clouds, as that white as snow. Olga came out of nowhere. Undo it. Good morning, Simeon. What is that hat? Morning. I smiled, doing my best to show that no matter what, my morning was indeed good. You only arrived early, so I decided not to wake you. But breakfast... Never mind. Here, take this. She handed me something wrapped in paper. Judging by the oily stains, there has to be a sandwich inside. Oh, thank you. Now, go wash yourself. I was about to leave. Wait a sec. Chloe quickly ran to the house and came out to shove a small bag in my hands. Inside it I found a toothbrush, soap, small towel, and something else. I did not look too closely. A pioneer should always be clean and tidy. Let me do your neckerchief properly for the first time. Yours is askew. You should do it yourself once you learn how to do it. Do we have to? I'm going to wash myself now. Yeah, right. I could get hooked on the tap and strangle me. Fine, later then. And don't forget about the lineup. Pencils, paper, drawing lines. You don't forget such thing. What lineup? What do you mean, what lineup? She frowned. It's Monday today. Weird, by my practice, it should have been Sunday. Then again, the shifting days of the week is hardly the worst thing. Usually we have lineups early morning before breakfast, but today's Monday, so we're having it at 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. Wow, I can't read. Don't be late. Alright, but where? At the square. Where else? There was no reason to argue. I headed into the bathing place. I knew I could forget about separate showers and toilets, but the sight of malfunctioning cement of decaying toasters, a funny turtle and a tiny shell paws and shark belly, I felt sick. I was not a squeamish person, but nevertheless staying here where I realized that there is still little minimal of habitual comfort which I found it troublesome to do without. It's often like when you lose things that you thought were ordinary and common, you suddenly understand how essential they were. Ah, screw this. As if I only had a The water was ice cold. While washing my hands was an issue, washing my face and mouth became a big problem. There was no toothpaste in the bag Olga gave me. I could brush my teeth without it, but there was a small round box wrapped in towel. Tooth powder. Cute. 1 point for me being somewhere in the past. Washed myself quite quickly, also due to the ice cold water. Oh. Need a new chair. This chair's not working with me. Someone was coming quickly. They were more like running towards me. Turned around. It's you again. Oh, hey, Slava was dressed in a tracksuit. Hey, Slava. The girl, you would probably look good in anything. Pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. Hi there. Oh, hi. I mean, what's... Good morning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real smooth. Why did you come for breakfast? I overslept. I said if I was proud about it. But Olga gave me some sandwiches. Oh, great then. Don't forget about lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Right, I gotta run. Enjoy yourself. What about her keys? She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the past bend. Looks like it's a couple of minutes until lineup. Should I quickly pass by my home and drop my bags off and eat my sandwich? Swung open the door of the cantilever cabin and rushed inside as if jumping into the last car of the departing train. I didn't turn out to be the best view because I found Olga, who was changing. I froze the spot, trying not to breathe. Finally, the camp leader noticed me. Simeon! I looked away immediately. Have you heard of knocking? Now get out! Yeah, that was real clumsy. Although I did enjoy the sight. Olga followed me out in a minute. Here, take this. Now it's your home too. She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket. Of course, if you disregard how fanciful the current events are, this camp is far from being the worst place on earth. But you call it home? Just one day spent here. I doubt I'll ever be able to do so. Alright, let's go. We're late. But what about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way. We were passing along the lines of potential camper while I was tucking into the ham sandwich and Olga kept on talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of opera on Parkinson's. Operation. But I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Huh? You weren't listening. No. Sorry. Today is the first day of your new life as a pioneer. Oh, great. And you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Yeah, definitely. I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him to participate in social work, help his juniors to study, and study again. We here are like one big family. And you'll become part of it. Yeah, a part. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense. I hope that after your term is over, you'll keep the most pleasant memories about our camp. Memories that'll last your whole life. And when will this term end? Why do you keep asking silly things? It seemed it won't get any information from her. A shame, really. It would appear to be so friendly, it never bothered to introduce it to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhere easier than yesterday. Seems like I have some unspoken ceasefires with trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. And of course, the situation is a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than good, and then a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of time you will spend here. I will do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It would do good to know where here is, but... Okay, so we're going to line up. I'm going to end it here because it's 30 minutes. Once again, because I'm trying to keep this under 30, or about 30, so... keep watching, guys. Check it out. The description below. Boom! Check out all my stuff. Sponsors, Harmful Grips, Boss Boxes. Probably didn't mention in the last video because I'm an idiot. Talk to you guys later. Bye!